The courtroom was silent, so silent you could hear the faint hum of the fluorescent lights above. Every reporter in Washington, every camera, every curious eye was locked on one trial: Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez versus Senator John Kennedy. The lawsuit had been splashed across every headline, a political clash dressed in the robes of the law, one that promised fireworks. Many expected Kennedy to be cornered, battered by AOC's team of high-powered attorneys. But no one knew that a single witness, one man with nothing but truth in his hands, would unravel everything in less than 9 seconds. The case had been months in the making. AOC accused Kennedy of defamation, claiming he had tarnished her reputation with statements she insisted were false. For her, this wasn't just about money, it was about legacy, about proving she was untouchable, about showing America that anyone who dared to question her would pay the price. She came into the courtroom draped in confidence, smiling at the cameras, waving like a victor before the battle had even begun. Kennedy, on the other hand, was calm. He didn't grandstand. He didn't march into court with a swarm of cameras at his back. He walked in quietly, carrying nothing more than a worn notebook, a pen, and the kind of steady resolve that had carried him through decades of public life. People whispered that he was a fool for fighting this. "Settle," they said. "You'll never win against her army of lawyers." But Kennedy wasn't there for himself. He was there for something bigger, for the truth. The first week of trial was brutal. AOC's lawyers tore into Kennedy's speeches, dissecting every word, every phrase, every metaphor he had ever used. They painted him as reckless, as malicious, as a man who thrived on tearing others down. AOC sat proudly through it all, nodding, her chin high, her smile unwavering. To the press, it looked like a slaughter. Headlines screamed, "Kennedy on the ropes, AOC tightens the noose." But Kennedy's defense wasn't about theatrics. It wasn't about clever loopholes or silver-tongued arguments. His team had one strategy: truth backed by evidence. And when their turn came, they called their witness. He was an ordinary man. No suit, no political fame, no wealth. Just a former staffer who had worked quietly behind the scenes on Capitol Hill, someone almost no one recognized. But Kennedy knew. He knew this man held the kind of truth that couldn't be polished, couldn't be spun, couldn't be dismissed. The man raised his hand, swore his oath, and sat down. The room leaned in. Cameras zoomed. Even AOC's confident expression faltered just a little. The defense attorney asked just one question: "Would you please tell the court what you witnessed?" The man looked directly at the jury, his voice steady. "I was there in the closed-door meeting when Representative Ocasio-Cortez said she didn't care if the accusations against Senator Kennedy were true or not. She said, and I quote, 'All that matters is